G'day guys, so the city of Melbourne in Australia is building a data centre here. This is the Westgate Park. As you can see, there's the Westgate Bridge up above. Wetlands Nature Reserve. This is the site for a new data centre that's going to be coming very soon. How's that even allowed? So I'm going to check out the 3 data centres that have already been put up in Melbourne. And I want to see which one has the worst environmental footprint, which one's the loudest, which one's the closest to residential areas, and just overall which one's going to be the worst. Beautiful sort of Australian wetland. Don't mind the big bridge, but I really like that there's this sort of nature park just in the middle of this industrial area. But just over there, they've already started building this data center, and I want to see how close I can get to it and what I can actually see from the ground here and maybe from the air as well. We'll see. Whoa. Bit of leaves here. So the company that's building these data centers in Melbourne is called NEXTDC, and they've somehow convinced the Melbourne and Australian government that these are allegedly essential infrastructure, which is like roads, hospitals, that sort of thing. And so there kind of doesn't need to be that much approval that goes into building these. They can just sort of pop up anywhere, and that's exactly what they've been doing. This one has shaken up a bit of attention because even from a ethical standpoint and a very big environmental issue, because I mean, look at this. They're going to get rid of all this Australian bushland. There's not much of this left in Melbourne. This is kind of a little bit left that's quite nice. There's wildlife here. I can see some ducks going around, but then just this nice, quiet lakes and parks and that sort of thing. And it'd be a real shame if this all gets taken down. But because it's considered allegedly essential infrastructure for Melbourne, I mean, they can basically do what they want. There's already some of these data centers that have popped up in the northern suburbs, and I want to check them out as well. This one, I want to see how close it's going to get to this park and if it's really going to ruin this whole area. Okay, so this is the next site. Interesting. So it doesn't look like much at the moment, but it will soon. I mean, there is just an entrance there, but I'm not willing to be, prosecuted. Very interesting. I want to go around the other side and see what we can see. So what I'm actually starting to realize is this entire place used to be a factory. It looks like they've knocked the entire thing down. They're flattening that part so they can flatten the rest of it, I guess. There is entrances just here. I could just go in. So with these next data centers, there's M1, M2, M3, but this is the side of the M4 that's going to be built very soon. It's kind of sad to think that, they had a factory there. It was right next to the park, and, the people working there probably used to go here on their lunch break and weekends and whatever. And, well, soon you won't be able to anymore. Westgate Park, the start or the end of it, I guess. And you can see the city in the distance over there, which is quite nice. So this data center is going to be the second largest in Melbourne with a 26,000 square meters of technical space, an IT capacity of 150 megawatts, and apparently it's built for a combination of hyperscale, neo-cloud technology, enterprise and government customers, whatever that means. Honestly, I feel like they just write these things to make people think, oh yeah, that sounds technical, that sounds like something we need. Even in the heart of Melbourne, we still got snake warnings.
So I'm going to head over to the M1 data center, which is the smallest one out of the 4. It's actually pretty close to the side of the M4 already.
All up, these data centers take up almost 100,000 square meters of land. They say they have 24/7 world-class security, and they're up 100% of the time. Here we go, NEXTDC. So, I mean, as far as data centers goes, this one's, I guess if we really need them, it's actually okay. It's in the middle of an industrial area. It's, nowhere near where people live. Got a nice view of the city from here. I guess people live there, but they're not going to be able to hear it. Right near the bridge. There we are, NEXTDC. Valence thing right next to it. But overall, I guess, fine building. I'm guessing this is like the headquarters or something. I think they all have like sort of a corporate area. And as you can see out the side, I mean, they got a lot of cameras around. Just to an extent of what these data centers do, there I guess there's like a slight hum. There's a slight little hum that you can kind of hear coming from here, but it's actually not too bad at the moment. I mean, that thing there is pretty loud already. We've got the big Balti bridge over there, and the docklands and the city, and this is an okay place to have one. This isn't disrupting anybody. This is just an office. So I mean, just walking past here, there's just a massive camera there next to their logo. This one's not actually that big. This is just like the size of a regular industrial office that has a warehouse in the back. There's not too much to say about this one. So this M1 data center is the smallest one in Melbourne with a 6,000 meters squared area, 16 megawatts of data capacity, and 3,000 racks. Again, this one's not too bad because it's just in an industrial area. It's out of the way. No one can hear it. It's fine. Like I said, if we had to have data centers, I think this one's okay. We can stick with one. But I think the next ones, we're not going to be able to say the same thing. So I'm going to head up a bit more north, and I want to see the ones that are a little bit more in an invasive areas. Let's go. Okay. Yeah, this one's a lot bigger. Right next to people's houses. This is one of the biggest buildings I've ever seen, let alone data centers. That's data center. that's people's houses. And this one has a distinct sort of click. This one, I mean, it's still being built and it looks like it's only halfway done, which is kind of insane. But this one is a lot louder. I can hear, there's like a little click. It kind of sounds like you're standing under a power line or something like that. Not just a regular power line. I'm talking about like one of those big ones, kind of a cool looking building. It's cool architecture, I suppose. Wow, this thing is huge. This is a very, very big building. It's kind of hard to put into scale how big this is. And I mean, this is the same company as we just saw. They need to have multiple of these massive buildings. Kind of seems a bit unnecessary, don't you think? But yeah, these are a bit of security right here. Massive sort of wired fences. They definitely don't want anyone getting in. Here we go. Here's a bit of an interesting map. All stage 1 deliveries, sure. But like, look at this. Is that still going to be more of the data center? It kind of looks like it might be. And it's still going. Still going around here. I mean, like, it just kind of looks like an evil building, doesn't it? You know, compared to the other buildings around here, which are like light colored metal framed buildings, this one's just a dark, ominous building with red accents, which kind of makes it look very mysterious sort of building. I'd love to see what's inside. There is photos. I've seen a couple of photos and, you know, it just sort of looks like a regular computer hub, but I'd love to see what they're actually doing in there, because is this really necessary? Right here, people's houses, people's homes. They would have been there long before this, because this has not been there that long. So I was trying to walk around this entire massive building, but it kind of feels like the same one I was at in the Westgate. Like, look at this. This is like a nice little nature reserve. This is actually quite nice. There's a nice little path along here. It's such a shame that all of this is going to basically get ruined by pollution, sound pollution, and also light pollution, because these things are very bright at night. They just suck all of the night light out. It feels like it's daytime around them. It's crazy. I guess, again, that's for surveillance and safety, but it seems a bit unnecessary, don't you reckon? All right, here's a bit of a shot from the back. I'm going to try and get a bit further around, but I mean, what the hell? What is this? Honestly, it looks like it's only halfway done and it's already this massive. You love to see it. And again, this is people's homes. This is the other side of the data center. It's right there. And if this expands, you know, as far as it's gonna go all the way down that way, this is gonna be a very big building. And I don't know how happy these people are gonna be about that. So this M3 data center is the largest data center in Melbourne. 41,000 square meters of technical space, 225 megawatts of IT capacity, and 23,000 racks. It's just insane. They have all of this power, cooling, connectivity, security, and so much capacity for whatever data they're farming. It's just absolutely huge. So this is the third and final one, and there's people's houses right here. The data center is right there, absolutely massive. I want to take a closer look, but I could already hear it from here, which means these people's houses right behind me, they can hear it. I mean, maybe not inside, it's not like the loudest thing ever, but it gives off this hum. It's like the electric hum, kind of almost sounds like an electric car taking off, just that sort of like sort of noise. I'm gonna get closer and see what we can see. So this is the M2 one, absolutely massive. This is just like the front of it. You can see NEXTDC in there. Quite a bit of surveillance again, but you know, I'm just outside. Massive, massive building. This just looks like an office part right now, but we'll go around the side and I'll show you the actual data center part. But again, like, these are just people's houses right here. Houses that have probably been here for years. And this next data center, it's just popped up. It's making all this noise, light pollution. It's crazy. Kind of cool architecture, I guess, but it's just this huge building. Who knows what's going on inside. So this is the main entrance part, and there's all the data center bits. Church right next to it, kind of funny, but there we go, look at that. So that's the massive building. You can see huge amounts of, I guess, ducting and things like that. This huge building goes way further back, just goes to show how massive this building really is. These are huge. And they cost millions and millions of dollars. So this M2 data center is the second biggest one. It has a 25,000 meter squared area, 120 megawatts of IT capacity, and again, 100% uptime. I think this one's the most evasive. Even though it's not the biggest, it's the closest to people's homes, and it looks like these homes were here a lot longer than the last one. It just seemed like a nice area that they've basically destroyed. Like, I just think it's really interesting. The government's push back on things that people say will benefit society, and that this is the one that they're full steam ahead that they claim will benefit society, when there's a lot of people that say they're not going to benefit society. We don't need them. We have enough. Maybe one will do, but why are we so fast with these? Considering them essential infrastructure, I mean, is this really essential to Australians, to the world, everyday life? There's so many popping up around the world. It's interesting. But anyway, let me know what you think about all this. Thanks for watching us. We'll see you in the next one. Cheers.